I think a lot of young people, including myself, always search for purpose with whatever we're doing or kind of what's the meaning of life? Why am I on this planet? Is it for me to make a family? Is it for me to become successful and be a part of a big company or possibly make one of my own? I I don't know. Or at least that's what I used to think. Let me tell you a story about just people in general. People tend to chase an idea of a dream that they have or this purpose for their life, and they go along this journey to reach it. And they go through the turmoil, they go through every single part, and they enjoy it. They love the game. And then once they achieve that goal that they believe that they're meant to, have, they feel stuck. They wonder, what is there left to life? What life does what purpose does life serve now? And I want to say from the get-go, that's a flawed way to think about life in general. I don't think life is about trying to achieve this proposed purpose. I think it's just to live. See, in my personal experience, I've spent so long and spent so much of my life trying to search for the purpose. What am I meant for? What am I meant for something bigger than myself? And that was never the answer. I had a conversation with this man. He was very inebriated, or at least I thought so. He told me even during the conversation, but he said something very peculiar to me that really stuck with me. And it was that the purpose of living is to just live. And it might sound a little redundant, maybe a little bit like duh, like obviously, but I sat back and I thought about it during and after that conversation. I was like, yeah, that's what life's about. It's literally just about living, cherishing every moment, every single thing that we've done, because tomorrow is not promised. And more than that, we should live in the now because life itself is so precious. And even if it was just from that strange conversation I had, I started thinking more about my life. And I was like, you know what? I waste so much time thinking about what I'm meant to be or who I'm meant to become when could be spending the time I've spent thinking, just living. And that was the eureka moment for me where I was like, stop living in your head. The whole world is out there for you to explore. Why aren't you seizing that opportunity? And that kind of goes into some topics that I've mentioned before, but also in the whole gratitude video that I just had recently. How I felt like I took a lot of things for granted. And I think all of us take life for granted. If you knew that you couldn't live tomorrow or that tomorrow was not promised, you would do everything in your power to make sure that you have a good day. Yet you have people that are actively depressed and or just, in disarray of their situation, even if they're not in a bad situation. And to all those that might be, even you too could find happiness in the slums or in the trash, the disarray in your life. I promise you there's some light in your life, even if it's just the food that you get to eat in a day, or even just your life itself. To get back on topic though, it's just like life itself is so precious. It just is. And that's what I want to do now. I want to tell you and I want to preach to you that the purpose of life is to live. We have it all wrong. And I might repeat myself over and over and over again, maybe until the rest of the time, till this channel is gone. But that's truly what it is. Stop living in your head, start living for the now. I don't know, man. everything that I've wanted to do, everything that I've ever wanted to accomplish. I thought I had to think about a plan. I thought I had to think 3 steps ahead before I started. But painters or creatives, they never make their masterpiece here. It just happens. And what does that come from? That comes from doing, that comes from action. Maybe you might not have every single step calculated. Maybe you don't even know where you're headed, but at least try to do something. Live your life to the fullest because there is so much more life that you've yet to live. And I love that about life. I love that there's so many experiences and memories that I have to grasp and to see. And I really, I guess, resonate with those that are kind of, you know, positive nihilist, because they believe that, you know, even if this whole life is meaningless, they're going to search for purpose within their life, you know, and there's so much beauty to that. Even if you govern your life through God's lens, even if you do, live your life in wake of Him, but also live your life to the fullest. It's so beautiful to say that. I don't know, I just feel so happy. I don't think I've ever felt this happy just recording, just talking. It's just like sometimes I get so much motivation to just speak, to be. And there's so many instances where I don't get to express that. And that would have never happened if I just didn't start. The last thing I'm going to leave off to you is something that I've mentioned and repeated in multiple of my videos, but it's literally to start. Any of your dreams, any of your aspirations, if tomorrow is not promised, lived every day to this fullest. I know I'm repeating, but truly, do everything in your power to live every day like it's your last. And I promise you, you will not go a day where you're sad or you're angry. And even if you do, at the end of the day, think about like the Stoics. Reset at the end of the day. No matter the good or the bad, lead your life as a good man or woman. And I promise you, you'll find what you're looking for. That's really what I want to leave you off with. I appreciate it. Live life. I love you. Appreciate you. I'll catch you.